What's up, you guys? It is your boy JB, and I am here with the week's hottest topics. This is number 7. So, you guys, this is probably gonna be a little lengthy one, but we're here. So let's go ahead and just talk about the week's hottest topics, shall we? Shall we? All right, you guys. So the first story that we're going to talk about this week is the continuation of the Naya Rivera story. So, we talked about this last week when she and her son went to Lake Piru out there in California. And, they found her son in a boat, but there was no sign of Naya. So you guys remember they actually searched for her body. I think that they were searching, like when I posted my video last week, I know they were searching then, and they stopped to search for a few days, but then they went back out there, and then they went with some equipment so that they could really pan the area so that they could try to find her body. When I did my video last week, I had, I'm not gonna say I had low expectations, but I had a strange sinking feeling that when it came down to Naya, that it was likely that they would not find her alive. But I was, optimistic, hopeful, and prayerful that they would. But, this week, I can't remember which day it was they found her body, but they did eventually find her body. I do know that that day that they found her body, it also coincided with cast member from Glee, Corey Monteith's death, the anniversary of his death. They showed the photos of the Glee cast out there on the beach. I know they showed her mom and dad. My thoughts and prayers go out to her and her family, and more specifically to her son. Like I said last week, you guys, I just hope that the family, I know that they will shower him in love and support. And I think it will be beneficial to get him, to talk to a therapist, anybody, about this, because this is a devastating loss. That was his mother. And, a boy's love for his mother is something that, cannot be compared. Because, even me, like I said, my mom passed away at 27 when I was 27. She had passed away at 27. She passed away when I was 27, and she was actually a few months shy of her 67th birthday. So I know what it means for me to lose my mom at 27, and I can't even imagine what it's like for a 4-year-old. And even me, like I said, when I was 27, I went through so many things in my life, depression and everything. So I just really hope and pray that the family gets him some help. Just to let it, it'll be helpful for him to talk to somebody. So once again, rest in peace to Naya Rivera. My prayers, thoughts, and well wishes go out to her family in this, trying time. So let's move on, you guys. Once this damn thing stops fucking up. All right, so these first few stories are just follow-up stories. So this one is a follow-up from a story that I did maybe 2 weeks ago, I think, was with the whole Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, and August Alsina situation. So you guys remember I said that Jada was gonna take herself to the red table. Well, she took herself to the red table last Friday. Right after I posted the video, I was like, are you serious? Now, I did think about doing that video. I thought about doing an impromptu video last Saturday, but you guys remember I was moving, so I knew I couldn't do it. So we're talking about it this week. So like I said, she came to the red table talk. She did this last Friday. I was also working when she made this, when the red table talk was uploading on Facebook Watch. So, I had to take a time out I had to take a break from work so I can watch it. It was like 12 minutes and some change. So she discussed the situation, she discussed the relationship, or the entanglement, with August Alsina. And Will was like, entanglement? Yes, entanglement. That has been trending for days, entanglement. I loved all the memes. But yeah, like I said, she discussed the entanglement with August Alsina. I saw people want to blame Jada, call her a predator and stuff like that. I don't agree with that. I really don't. Because I mean, like I've saw other people say, older men do it all the fucking time. So what's the difference? Like, what is the fucking difference? But the one thing that I did notice that Will and Jada both said about this situation with August is the fact that when it came down to their marriage, they were not in a good spot in their marriage at that time. They were actually, separated from each other. With those two, it did not look as if things were going to work out between them because Will said he was over her ass. So, she wanted to feel, I think in a sense she wanted to feel, sexy, alive, and happy. So she sought out August. I mean, I'm not judging this situation at all. Yeah, I'm not gonna judge it because I mean, it is what it is. It happened. It happened. But it's interesting. I gotta say, it's interesting nonetheless because Jaden introduced him, August to the family. I know Jaden wasn't expected for him to do what he did with his mama, but whatever. So yeah, once again, like I said before, I am not judging Will. I'm not judging Jada. Now, what did make me cringe at the end of the episode, when, they said bad marriage for life, I'm like, ugh. I know y'all taking the play out of the Bad Boys movie, but that wasn't funny. It made me cringe. But I mean, what works for them, works for them. Obviously, they were able to repair their relationship. They're not divorcing. They're not doing anything. They're going to stick with each other, good, bad, or indifferent. And I mean, when you go into a marriage, I'm not married, but I know when you go into a marriage, you're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. Like, every day is not going to be like the day that you got married. There are going to be trials. There's going to be tribulations. There's going to be things that, are thrown at you that you have to work through as a couple. That's why your marriage vow said, through rich or poor, sickness and health, all that. So, if you can't endure if you can have fun through the good times, but you can't weather the storm when it's bad, then that says a lot about who you are, and that says a lot about your marriage. So, I mean, I don't know why people would judge them. I really don't. It might not be something that people understand, but if it works for them, who are we to judge? Is my whole thing. What works for one person might not work for the other, so that's where we are. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it came to Jada, Will, and August Alsina. Now I do know that August Alsina, he kind of clapped back at Kiki for something that she posted, which I don't understand anything about that. I mean, I guess he was in his feelings about what, Jada said. And that's the crazy thing. He put all this stuff out, but Jada came out looking like, she was unscathed. Like, the ratings for Red Table Talk were like some of the highest ratings that she's had. Like, wow. Now, you guys, I don't watch Red Table Talk. I think I tried to watch one episode of Red Table Talk, and it was too much for me. I think it was that episode when she said that her grandmother taught her how to masturbate. I was like, yep, I'm going to just exit stage left. And then the fact that, she, her mama and Willow sit there and have them in-depth, weird-ass conversations. Again, I ain't judging, but I can never just sit. I couldn't. When it came to my mama, like, I think I told you guys this one time. She found some condoms in my car. She wanted to have a conversation about sex. I said, no, ma'am, we're not doing that. That ain't finna happen. Just know you found them. I'm safe. As far as me and you having the sex talk, it ain't finna happen. Especially with me being 21. Well, actually, at that time, yeah, I was like 21, 22. I'm like, yeah, we're not having a sex talk. We're good. I know about sex. Nope, nope, no, 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 no. But let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So next, what the fuck is going on with Bashir Grey from Empire, aka Hakeem? Now, you guys, I stopped watching Empire years ago. My mom and I used to, actually, my mom and I watched Empire from the beginning, and I fell off. When did I fall off of Empire? I think I fell off of Empire that season that they brought Lucia's mama on. I was like, yeah, this is just too much. This is too much for me, so I'm going to check out. But Bashir Grey, he was arrested in Arizona on accusations he abused his wife. He's 26 years old. I did not know that. Actually, he's closer. I mean, he is close in age to me, but he's not as close as I was thinking he was. His mugshot came out this week, and when I saw that mugshot, I'm like, that's him. You could have fooled me that was Bashir Grey, because I would have never guessed that was him. I was like, that is not him. Now, I know, through this time with the Rona that, shit has been troubling, but I just did not know that was him. Speaking of Rona, let's just segue from that just for a minute. How are you guys feeling out there? Like, is everyone okay? I just want to make sure everybody's okay. Okay, my bad, you guys. I do want you to ask you guys to just lift up prayer for my family, because one of my little cousins, although he gets on my nerves so much, love him to death, but he did test positive for coronavirus, but he is asymptomatic, and it's actually my little cousins. It's him and some other ones. They are fine, but they did test positive. My cousin actually texted me yesterday. She was telling me about it, that it's been 14 days, and they are fine, but he did test positive for it. So you guys, do me that favor, just lift my family up in prayer right about now with that one, because God, like I said, as much as the little nigga gets on my nerves, if something happened to him, I don't know what I would do. That is my dog. So yeah, how are you guys feeling out there? Back to this. So, they said, so I've been hearing that the wife was being beaten for hours. God, I just don't understand. I can't even call you a man if you feel big and bad that you have to hit a woman. I can't call you a man. I have to call you a little boy, a punk, a weak ass nigga, whatever. I just can't call you a man if you feel that you have to put your hands on a woman. My ladies out there, do not let any man disrespect you in that way or manner. You deserve better than that. Like, I don't want to, I hate when I hear that women are being abused by men, because I actually had a friend that was abused by her boyfriend, and she actually didn't tell me, and I didn't know until after they broke up and they had a baby. Didn't know that. And one of my best friends, she actually told me that, yeah, he was hitting her. And I'm like, I didn't know that. And the thing is, she would hide it, putting on makeup. So I never really noticed it. Like, I never noticed it. And I'm like, damn, you didn't tell me that? Like, I got your back. Like, I'm not afraid of the nigga. If he want to fight me, we can square up. I don't back down. So yeah, ladies, don't let that happen. But she did have to flag someone down for help, and that is really sad when you have to flag somebody down for help because your husband is beating your ass. Again, ladies, and even men, don't let somebody put their hands on you. Like, do not. Now, he did refuse to leave his home once police arrived, but he was later arrested after the SWAT and crisis negotiators responded. God damn, SWAT? So you know that they want to bust your door down, right? Like, in this day, age, and climate, why would you do that? But, like, I just wonder what's going on in his life. Like, is he at rock bottom? Is he depressed? I'm not making it, and I'm by no means am I making any excuses for this shit. I just wonder what is going on in that young man's life. Somebody needs to intervene and definitely get him some help as well. But let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. Next, let's discuss Nick Cannon. So Nick Cannon, he was in the news. He's been in the news for the last few days about some comments that he made. So Nick was on his podcast, and he had Richard Griff on his podcast, and so on the podcast they were discussing some of Griff's views, and I'm going to read what it says. So these are quotes. These are not my words. His view. It says Griff's view that Jewish people control the media, liken it to the Rothschild family, banking scions who have been targets of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. So then Nick, it says, he also went on, also, this is from Nick, he disputed that such views were anti-Semitic because he says, black people are the true Hebrews. It's never hate speech. You can't be anti-Semitic when we are the Semitic people. When we are the same people who they want to be, that's our birthright. We are the true Hebrews. I'm going to not say anything. You guys can let me know what you think about what Nick Cannon said, and I'm going to repeat this stuff because just to repeat it. So it says Jewish people controlled the media, liken it to the Rothschild family, banking scions who have been targets of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. We are anti-Semitic. Nick also disputed that such views were anti-Semitic because, saying, black people are the true Hebrews. It's never hate speech. You can't be anti-Semitic when we are the Semitic people. When we are the same people who they want to be. That's our birthright. We are the true Hebrews. So again, you guys just fill me in on how you feel about that. What do you think? Do you think what Nick said? Do you think what Nick said is wrong? Do you agree with what Nick said? I'm not gonna say one way or the other. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So with him saying that, Viacom CBS has let him go. I don't know how. I mean, I know it's gonna hurt Nick, but Nick has other things that he does outside of Viacom CBS. So if they decide to keep Wildin' Out, because I know Nick does not actually own Wildin' Out, he was trying to own Wildin' Out. And you guys, I got to be honest with you guys, I have not watched Wildin' Out in so many years. If I do catch an episode of Wildin' Out, it's because when like Love and Hip Hop go off, or Black Ink Crew, or anything that I watch on VH1, whenever it goes off, if Wildin' Out just happens to be on my TV late at night, that's the only way I'll watch Wildin' Out. Wildin' Out for me has not been the same since the early 2000s when it first came out. Like, that's when Wildin' Out was funny as hell to me. Like, I never missed an episode of Wildin' Out back in the early 2000s. But here lately, I don't catch it unless it's somebody that I just really want to see. And it's very rare that I want to see anybody. But, Nick has been, he works with, like I said, his Wildin' Out is on VH1. He does do some stuff on like Teen Nick, and I know Teen Nick because I do see the stuff, and I do see a lot of stuff with him on Teen Nick. So this might hurt him. I don't think it's gonna be a significant blow to him, but it could hurt him. And I know I saw people say, why don't BT pick him up? You guys do know BT is owned by Viacom, so unfortunately BT cannot pick up Wildin' Out or anything with Nick Cannon. But I did see that, the same day, Puff reached out to him to say, hey, why don't you come on over to Revolt TV? And I would be okay with Revolt TV because I actually, I found it a few weeks ago that I do get Revolt TV on my Uverse cable because I found a Breakfast Club. I'm like, oh, so Revolt TV was actually a cable channel? Like, I never knew that. And then, so like I said, I could be with Revolt if more. I feel like I don't know how many people actually watch Revolt TV, and I was actually looking at their lineup before I came on camera. And I mean, I know they show. I see that they show music videos. Like I said, the Breakfast Club is on there, but it's just like maybe they could do more programming. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I've never watched Revolt, so I can't really tell you guys what Revolt does, but he reached out to him. I did see an article that said Oprah offered Nick $10 million to bring Wildin' Out to OWN. Now, so if you ask me which network would I be more inclined to watch, it would actually be OWN as opposed to Revolt, just because I watch so much stuff on OWN as it is. So yeah, you guys, once again, just let me know what you guys think about what Nick said. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Like, do you find anything wrong with what he said? Obviously, Viacom did because they let him go. Now, another job that he will be keeping is his job on The Masked Singer. So he still has that, but as far as Viacom, CBS, no. Now he did issue an apology. I didn't get the apology, but he did issue one. Nick is, in all honesty, Nick will be fine. But let's move on to the next story, okay, you guys? All right, you guys. So the next story up, we're going to discuss this whole situation that happened out there in, I believe it's Louisville, Kentucky, where another week is coming to a close, and we still have no justice for Breonna Taylor. I actually did see earlier this week that one of the officers that shot and killed her was on vacation. And it's just like, this is a slap in the face to her parents, the people who want justice for her. And, I want to take this time to address something that I keep seeing because, when I go to the gym and I see it on not CNN, but Fox News. So they show clips of YSAP, who I'm not discussing at all this week. If you guys want to see anything about YSAP, Roxanne, she talked about him in her Let's Talk About It number 14. That's up right now. So if you guys want to go watch that, go over there, support my sister Roxanne. So yeah, if you guys want to hear anything about YSAP, this guy this week is taking a break from YSAP. Not discussing that motherfucker. He is a fucking idiot in every sense of the word. Y'all go watch Roxanne. Tell her I sent you. But yeah, go watch her. She can, I love when she, because I was actually just watching it a few minutes ago. I love what she said about him. He's an idiot. Everything he says is pretty much comical. But we're not discussing him. But I am talking about it briefly. But so one of his things that he's talking about is this defund the police department. He keeps wanting to say that people are trying to abolish the police department. That is not what people are saying. And I feel like, the message is getting lost. I think, maybe they could have, I do agree that, because I think Dineva said it before. Excuse me, y'all. Dineva said it perfectly. When it comes down to defunding the police, they could have worded that situation. It could have been worded a lot better than what it is, because most people are oblivious to what the word defund means. Defunding means literally so like with de-escalate, you try to bring something down. So defund the police department, that means to reallocate sources of money, because I think some of the police departments get like millions of dollars, and if you just take that money and put it to this cause, like police officers are called out for things that they sometimes have no knowledge of how to handle the situation. And I'll give you a perfect example of that, because I actually do see it a lot, like with homeless people who have mental issues. If you see them on the street and they're just acting wild and crazy, and it could be because they're not medicated, Instead of sending the police out there, send a medical professional out there to look at the person, evaluate the person. Because I mean, when they take them to the jail, they just sit them in a cell and detain them. That's not helping them. That's harming them. And then once you feel like they've calmed down, you put them right back on the streets. So yeah, defund. Just take some of the money that the police departments do get and put it into outreach programs. Put it into things that will better the community. Put it into public health. Put it into stuff that really needs the funding. So that's what they mean by defund the police departments. So back to Breonna Taylor. Again, there's no justice for her because, like I said, her killers are still free to roam the earth. I mean, one of them was fired, but that doesn't help us at all. And, so there's a group of people who have been protesting in Kentucky. So they went to the Attorney General's home, and his name is going to be Daniel Cameron. So they were protesting. So there were a lot of people, big name people there, and some that we know. Portia Williams, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yandy Smith, Love and Hip Hop New York. Kenny Stills, he's a NFL player. I believe he's with the Houston Texans. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But, they were outside of his house. So the police did come out and, they told them to leave, but they didn't. And, they arrested them peacefully. And they were charged with intimidating a participant in a legal process, disorderly conduct, and criminal trespass. And these are all felony charges. And actually last night, if you guys go and follow Portia, because I think it might be on her Instagram story, but she was on MSNBC and, she was talking to the host about, what's going on out there in Kentucky. And, say what you guys will about Portia. You guys all know I love Portia, but say what you guys will about Portia. The one thing that I can say about Portia, that since the beginning, even with the George Floyd situation, Portia has been out on the front line. She's been maced. She's been maced and everything, and she's been arrested. So say what you guys will about Portia. Portia is out there doing the hard work that needs to be done to get justice for our people. We need the justice. We need it. And especially when it comes to Breonna Taylor, because now y'all have this no-knock law. Y'all had this I think it's Breonna Taylor's law about the no-knock warrants. But yet and still, we still have nothing. I know that they said they're doing an investigation into this whole situation. But Portia even said on her interview that, these people in this town, in this city, they're all friends with each other. So, we need independent. We need it to be truly independent. I'm getting my words all twisted up. We need a truly independent investigation. So we need somebody from like the Supreme Court to come in and to, overlook the situation. Kind of like with the Ahmaud Arbery case. We need somebody that's independent, that doesn't have, a relationship with these cops. But you guys, that is it. Once again, I will say we need justice for Breonna Taylor. I can't even imagine what her mom is going through. And I see people on social media, some of the Trump supporters. I do see them, and these ones at that, not these people, but these people, they're on there talking about the fact that, she was linked to drugs, she was linked to this, she was linked to that, da 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 da. So because she was supposedly linked to drugs, that means that the cops had the right to just barge into her house, shoot her 8 times, and kill her. All right, that does mean that, huh? See the flaw in that logic? Let's move on, you guys. All right, and then the last story that we're going to talk about is who shot my motherfucking boo, Megan the motherfucking Stallion. Who shot her? Who shot her? Did you shoot her? So, you guys, I did see over the weekend. I did see Megan Thee Stallion. I saw her at the in that part in that pool out there in California. You know you made it when you got a place in California and in Texas. Oh Lord, I aspire to be like Megan. Not. I aspire to be successful. But yeah, she was out there. She was with Kylie Jenner and Tory Lanez. So early Sunday morning, I think like at 4:30 in the morning, they were in the car. The car got pulled over. Tory Lanez got arrested. I did not know Tory Lanez was so fucking short. Tory Lanez is 5'3". Did not know that. So like I said, they got pulled over. He got arrested because there were gunshots that went off in the car. And I'm like, damn, y'all really shooting in the fucking car? So, there are videos all around of what happened. And, in the videos, you can see Meg. Meg, she was on her, she was on one foot and then the other one she was limping on. And every time she would move, you would see a blood splatter on the ground. So it was assumed that, she had cut herself by some of the broken glass. Now, I don't know when Meg came out. I think it might have been either yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. It might have been Wednesday that she came out with this. And it might have been Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. I don't remember. But she came out and said that, nope, despite what you see in the media, that's not what's really happened. She said that someone shot her in the foot. And I was like, oh my God, somebody shot my boo in the foot? Again, who shot my boo in the foot? Now it has been, and I'm going to say this allegedly, it is alleged that Tory Lanez is the one that shot her in the foot. I'm like, man, Tory, if you shot my boo in the foot, man, you gonna have trouble, shite out. But yeah, we're gonna have some big issues. But I hope that this is a wake up call for Megan. To protect your energy, to just kind of watch who you surround yourselves with. Just be mindful of all that stuff. I would say that. But that's gonna be it. Let's move over to the honorable mentions, you guys.